Good morning, it's Jude here, Jude Palmer. I'm an open water swimming coach and a lifeguard and a general lover of being everything outdoors. If it's green and it's blue, I'm going to be in there doing it.
I'm Paul MacKenzie. I'm also an open water coach and lifeguard, and we're both first aiders as well.
Our aim of this session is that you go away having had a great time, enjoyed yourself, met some other people and perhaps done something you've never done before and surprised yourself.
We usually break the sessions up into 3 or 4 little segments. First of all, we stand around and meet ourselves, introduce ourselves, say our name, and if there is anything we want to make sure we get out of the session. We then spend a little bit of time looking at the river and the safety aspects. We get ourselves changed and we get in and have a little swim and a dip. Just want to introduce you to our site that we use in Ripley. We use a number of different swim locations, but here we are on the River Way in Ripley, and we've got NEWARK Lane here, and we meet in the car park just on my left, NEWARK Lane car park. As you come from the centre of Ripley, we'll turn left just before the traffic lights, and just be aware the car park's pretty bumpy, but the signal is there is a rather rusty height restriction that you should be able to pull into. If you've come from the direction of Woking, you'll come along NEWARK Lane, past these traffic lights, and there's 2 little bridges, and the car park to pull into and park will be just on the right hand side. We meet here. If you come down and sign in with us, make sure you've got your equipment and your clothing with you, be wrapped up nice and warm, and there's no need to have your wetsuit on already. We'll move down to the river and cover that all off.
Once everyone's arrived, we've met up, checked everyone's okay and ready to go swimming, we get all our kit and we go down to the river.
So, we leave the road here and we just head up the towpath about 100 metres.
Welcome to the River Way navigation. This is one of Paul and I's absolute favourite places to bring new swimmers and people who have swum for the 100th time. It's full of wildlife, it feels really wild and loads of green to look at and things to see, and we're looking forward to having you here. What we normally do is we arrive and we put all our bags down until we get ready to go. So let's do that. When you come swimming with us, what to bring with you? Well, as you can see, we always say dress for a blizzard. Even on a gorgeous day today, we say dress as if you're going out into the blizzard, because it's really important to start warm and then finish warm when you've been dipping in cold water or swimming in cold water. So I've always got a nice big woolly coat with me. We've had people come in dressing gowns, that's good too. And I've got loads of big lots of warm layers on. I've even got my swimming costume on ready to go, so that's something you can do. But I've got 2 layers of trousers on, I've got nice boots to wear, because it can get a bit muddy at some certain times of the year when you come to the river. I've got a sort of thing around my neck, a scarf, I've got a woolly hat, and that's even before I've got into the water. That's what I'm turning up in. The other thing is I'm always going to make sure I bring a towel, quite useful. The minimum you need is a swimming costume. Now clearly this is for women, but whatever you feel comfortable swimming in, bring it with you, or even put it on before you get here. A flask full of your favourite hot sweet drink. We really encourage you not to have coffee, and we'll talk about why. Something like hot chocolate, hot milk, your favourite sort of teas or fruit teas, or just even hot water or soup, that's really good. And we always say, bring yourself a sweet treat. You burn lots of sort of energy when you're in cold water, so it's good to have something. But don't worry, we always bring some homemade goodies for you to eat after our courses. And then last but not least, something to carry it all in. So if you've never been doing swimming before, That's the minimum things you need. Something to swim in, a towel, lots of warm, snuggly clothing, and a snack to eat afterwards.
So beyond that, as the minimum things, we can also bring some more swim stuff with you if you've got it. So a lot of people will use some sort of changing robe, and that will be great for getting straight on as soon as we've got out of the water. You may also want to bring some other things. So gloves for swimming in as a personal preference. There's all sorts of different styles and thicknesses, so they can be useful. Swimming socks or some other form of footwear to wear into the water can also be quite nice. I've got a pair of goggles here and also a bright swim hat. So if you're likely to put your head down and swim, that can be useful. A hot water bottle for afterwards. Of course, bring the water in a flask to fill that up, and a tow float, which are principally for visibility. Now, we have and can lend you all of those, or most of those items anyway, or if you've got any specific questions as to could I bring this, do I need that, then just get in touch with us beforehand.
Paul and I are known for having these colossal bags when we go swimming, and that isn't because we just like hoard loads of stuff. Well, we do, but actually while you're here to have a great time, we're also carrying lots of sort of things that we know make you more comfortable and also keep everyone safe, such as we always have a big first aid kit, we have a thermal blanket, we carry extra warm clothing for people, and we have a tow throw line. So if anyone is a problem, the last thing we were going to do is have a problem, but if it does, we're there and ready to help.
So look, I'm now going to show you where we frequently get in the river, and that is just this little spot here. So I've got barefoot, but some people might have socks or wetsuit boots or something on, and I just like to go in slowly. The water is actually still quite cold today, and for us, we'll go in and get as comfortable as we want to be, and for some people that might be going in up to their knees, experiencing the cold. Some people might just get to this point and feel that they've had enough and that's met what they wanted to get out of today. Others will walk in a bit slower. It's a nice soft riverbed and gently slopes away here, so we'll move in like this. We'll spend our time, we'll get our breathing under control. We'll talk to you about this in a little bit more detail, and we'll move off and have a little swim if that's what we want to do. So when it gets to getting out time, we've got our coat or our warm jacket here beside the river. We're going to climb out nice and carefully and quickly put a nice warm jacket on and move over to the rest of our clothes to get changed quickly. We're also aware that we're really happy if you want to wear a wetsuit, or if you don't want to wear a wetsuit, it's whatever suits you. Often those that have worn a wetsuit, they might just try taking it off and walking back in and experiencing the water on the skin. Completely different feeling with or without a wetsuit, but it's entirely up to you and how you feel. Over to get my clothes on now.
The session ends when we're really happy that everyone's really warm together, they've got big smiles on their face, they've eaten all the cake and they're happy to go home. Once you get home, look out for an email from either Paul or myself, and we send you lots of information about what we did, and also, most importantly, we have lots of photos that you can share and take to all your friends and family. Look what I did.